that are locally sourced from farmers we work with directly. The Hemp House on the North Shore, Ooltewah, Eastridge, and Hickson.
Happy Hanukkah from your local Food City.
You'll probably never hear anyone complain of having too much insurance coverage, but you sure will hear them fuss about not having enough when they need it. Bryan Beasley has the Beasley Agency, and he can help you find the right amount of insurance and give you the peace of mind of knowing that you're not overpaying. He joins us this morning. Appropriate timing in light of the headline this morning about the car break-ins at Volkswagen, right?
Yeah, it's kind of crazy. There's this whole technique out there now. San Francisco, people just leave their cars open and leave their doors down, windows down, because
you're kidding me.
No, there's the thieves will pop the back window, they'll pull the back seat down to look in your trunk and see what's in there, and then they'll steal whatever they can get to. So there's a couple of things to talk to about that. One is during the holiday season, make sure that you're not leaving stuff visible in your car, because there are people out there that will break into your car and steal stuff. And the second thing is that if you do have a theft, it doesn't fall under your auto insurance. It falls under your contents of your home or your renter's insurance.
If it happens at your home?
No, if stuff is stolen out of your car, those are contents of your home, so it falls under your home.
Oh, so if they break into the car,
the window
is,
yes, yeah,
okay.
That's right.
Really?
That's right, yeah. But the other thing too is, even on the home side, we were broken into a few years ago on a Sunday. We were at church, we came home, and all of our electronics were gone. So that's another thing that happens at the holidays is people will watch neighborhoods, they'll stake them out. So you'll hear a string of burglaries inside of neighborhoods.
You know what else they're gonna hit is in January.
Oh yeah,
that's
after all the stuff is, they watch all your stuff all your big boxes at the, garbage.
So on the car theft side of things, what do you do? Does that mean that because our rates are already going up, we're already seeing it?
Yes, just protect yourself as best you can. Lock your car, don't leave valuables in there. I was telling you before I came on that a few weeks ago we went on fall break, and we went to the airport in Atlanta. We stayed at a hotel, we paid for parking at the hotel, and as I was pulling into that parking lot, somebody was leaving. They said, "Don't park here." Their window was broken out. He said they broke into about 20 cars that night. They broke into those cars because people will park near the airport and stay 4 days.
Yeah.
And so they were looking for guns.
So what did you do?
I parked and I prayed. I just prayed.
And was it successful for you? Did
it
you have a problem?
It was. I parked as close to the biggest lights and entry exit as I could.
Yeah.
With the hopes that would, they would avoid that spot. They'd go to the darker spots.
I know it's hit or miss, and you want to be careful because other people can also, what do you call it when they put the wires together and they steal your car? What do you call that?
Hot wire.
Hot wire.
Yeah.
I was going to say hot rod. So you don't want that, but my gosh, maybe you should just put a note on your dashboard that says, "My car is open and unlocked and there's nothing here. Feel free to browse."
You just have to be smart about where you go.
Yeah.
In my case, I had to make the decision, do I find new parking and what does that look like? And so I just prayed. And when we got back, it was fine. But I already had in mind, like, okay, it was late. What do? You have to go to a body shop. It's the weekend.
Yeah.
Like,
So should we be expecting, though, Bryan, do you think, to watch our insurance rates continue to go up?
Yeah, we had a storm this week all over Tennessee that there's roof damage, there were tornadoes, there were people that died. And then you have Volkswagen this morning where cars are getting broken into. I mean, there's natural things that are happening. There are, the one thing, the most critical thing that's happening on the auto side as far as insurance rates are people texting and driving and not paying attention to what they're doing, and that causes accidents. So I would encourage everybody out there, if you have the opportunity to do an app on your phone or a plug-in device on your car, it makes you think about that being there and watching you before you text and drive. That's the main reason those discounts are out there. You get a discount no matter what. That's a way to hedge against that. But it also, as a mother in a household, it allows you the opportunity to watch your family and see, are they speeding, are they texting and driving?
So
there's danger in texting and driving.
You have told us that on the homeowner side of things, be careful about making a claim too quickly.
Too many claims, yeah, yeah.
Is the same true on auto?
Auto, not the same.
Not the same.
It will make your rates go up, and most companies are looking at a 3-year period. So I had an incident the other day where an insured called me up and they had made a change on their insurance, and it made them look back. And it just so happened that they had a rate for a 6-month period, and then the rate doubled for a 6-month period, and then it went back to half the next 6-month period.
Why?
So it was the same before and after, but in the middle, it was really high.
Why?
I had to dig in really hard, and what I found out was that there were claims before,
Prior.
and there were claims after, and it just hit that in that 6-month period, all those claims were in there. So their point value was really high during that 6-month period. It doubled their rates. So the first one fell off the next 6-month period, which was a big one. It was an at-fault claim on the auto, and it made their rates go down.
Will those situations that have caused your rate to go up, do they automatically fall off, or do you have to pursue that?
No, they automatically fall. There's so much information, everybody tries to protect their information, but the insurance companies share information across the boards through the motor vehicle report, I guess it is, MVR. So that information is pulled in whenever you get an auto quote.
If you have an old car, do you recommend that people, I have a minute left, but do you recommend having a liability and collision, or do you consider dropping the collision?
You can drop the collision. It depends on the value of the car and what your financial situation is. Can you afford to replace that car if something happens and the big thing is it's an at fault, right? It's you causing an accident that costs you money. If it's somebody else's fault, then you should be insured against that, right?
Right.
But you have to have uninsured motorists to trigger all that. So it's a numbers game on that, Julie. It depends. If it's an old truck that's worth $1,000, probably not.
Right.
If it's a $5,000 vehicle that has some value and it would be hard to replace, probably carry some collision. Just keep it higher,
It's an important conversation to have. So if you're like me and you're already thinking ahead to your New Year's resolutions, perhaps having the right insurance coverage is part of that. He would love to talk to you. It's Bryan Beasley with the Beasley Agency. He lives in Saudi. His office is in Dayton. Your house can be his office too. He's happy to talk to you from wherever you might be. TheBeasleyAgency.com, 428-9222. Thanks.
Thank you.
West Yellowknife Trading Post has everything